Yeah.
Time to completely waste it.
Well, depending on what you think about RPGs, we're either always wasting it or never wasting it. So, while I go look up the music I wanted to do for this session, last time, or previously, we had finished crossing along the upper part of the Outer Plains. Went through the Beastlands where the Beast Lords reign. Beast Lords being basically upgraded animist spirits of their various packs and herds and whatnot. Then you went to Arborea, which is everything but extra. Yeah, everything's bigger and better and stronger and more powerful and all that other stuff in Arborea.
The grass is in fact greener.
Yes. But not on the other side. In Arborea. Just Arborea.
Hmm?
Upon exiting it, you encountered, well, a tiefling who wanted to make sure you guys had a good time in the party town. And you did. Until they were kidnapped and had part of their body replaced with modron parts. Because that's still a thing going on. But the person responsible for it is different. Instead of the Takarim, who were experimenting on people last time, this time it was just one single mad wizard.
It's fine though. He promised he'd stop. He's still mad though.
Yeah, he's still a little mad. Still a little bit.
Yeah. You determined when encountering him that the worst of his deeds had already been done, and so you helped him figure out a way to fix the people who had gone insane from having modron parts attached to them. And after helping your friend recover, you continued your journey in the wake of the modron march. So, with that in mind, you travel a bit further south from Party Town to a place called Glorium, the gate town of Isgard.
Okay.
Now, the thing about Glorium is that, Isgard is the plane of heroics.
Oh, God.
Well,
It is the place that people go when they want to prove themselves. Who want to show the whole multiverse what they're made of and what they can accomplish. It's still just a bit good, so the odds are on their side, but it's also mostly chaotic, so there's a lot of craziness going on. Glorium is essentially just as a gateway to that place. It is, it is essentially a staging ground of sorts.
It's a giant pub where everybody meets all the other adventuring party members.
Not gonna lie, there's probably at least a few of those.
Nice.
And I've got the music all queued up. I think, since we're going across the chaos section now, I think this is appropriate.
It better be mathcore.
it is not mathcore. Why would it be mathcore?
That sounds a little too dangerously logical, if you ask me. But fortunately, it seems that the inhabitants of Glorium are not interested in picking fights with the modrons, because the modrons are not interested in picking any sort of fights or endangering anything. They just want to keep going.
Yeah, you don't look cool if you beat up modrons. You just look like an asshole.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Also, you beat one up, and then there's like another couple thousand on top of you, and that's never a good
Oh, no,
sign.
no. That's the thing. If a couple thousand were on top of you for picking a fight with one of them, that would provide some glory. They just don't care.
If they
Oh.
wouldn't do that, that'd interrupt the march.
Yeah. If you pick a fight with one of them, then you're in a fight with one of them, and you take it down, and all of its companions are just marching on by, not even sparing a second glance. Like, they might be interested if you continue to interrupt the march, but then they just trample you, and that's it. You're done. But upon entering Isgard, you notice that there are a few interesting features about the plane that have nothing to do with the heroic nature of the plane, which is that everything is composed of gigantic earthbergs, like icebergs, but floating over nothing except more earthbergs down below, up above. And connecting them are streams, rivers really, of earth.
Can't believe the ground is flying a kite. Delete your note. Delete this. Also, what the fuck is this, Bobbin?
This is kind of weird.
Georgi Ligeti.
Okay.
God damn.
Like I said, I thought it would be appropriate for chaos.
I guess.
So the inhabitants here, occasionally you get a few challenges. Sometimes the challenges are someone smashing their shield into the ground and shouting that they will take you on under specific terms. Other times it's just a small horde of petitioners who are just happy to fight. Because if they die, they are resurrected in a mead hall. They drink and they eat and they feast and they enjoy each other's company, and then they all get all their weapons together, run outside, and start murdering each other.
Man, this plane feels creatively bankrupt.
And occasionally you see long ships moving across the earth rivers.
God, sounds terrible.
But the one interesting thing, well, everything's a little interesting, I would hope, but one notable thing is that you also find out that this is the home turf of the Ring Givers. The people whose philosophy is based around the concept that what goes around comes around. And so they are always giving away whatever they receive from others or whatever they earn from combat. And fate, it seems, is kind to them in turn, and they always get something better just as a result of passing out that good karma.
You know, giving to get something better in return doesn't sound... You know what? Never mind. I'm not going to discuss the logistics of their belief.
Well, the thing is that in the Outer Planes, belief can be tangible. And so,
And I
if you
believe they're
are
an
truly-
asshole.
if you are a truly dedicated ring giver, it always seems to work out.
I'm just saying, you're not really that good a person if you're doing it with the intent of getting something better in return.
Well, yeah. That's why this is a more chaotic than good plane.
Ah, okay.
Sounds okay.
So, following a trip across the Earthbergs, essentially first tracking and then following the Modron March, you eventually come across Yggdrasil, the World Tree. You are informed by one of the locals that apparently this is where one of the major pantheons of the multiverse makes its home. Or if not, if they don't all live on it, then they at least supervised its construction. Because the thing is that the tree has its roots and boughs in a variety of both inner, outer, and prime material planes.
Hey, like, how does that giant tree make you feel?
I don't know. It's a giant tree. It's neat,
Oh.
but like, it's a big tree. What? Just because one big tree gave me my powers, I had to think all big trees are cool?
Yeah, I mean, you already got your tree mom.
Notably, this tree is not known for speaking to people. However, it is home to a unique outer planar race called the Ratatosk. Squirrel people.
Squirrels. Yes.
Oh, God.
We got the Tosca.
The tree is actually
Tiny
also
bird
pretty
feed.
easy to climb up because you notice that the direction of gravity is always towards the center of the center of the trunk or the center of the limb that you're on. So there's no real danger of climbing once you've gotten up past the initial part where it digs into the biggest Earthberg of within Isgard. And the reason that you've come to Yggdrasil turns out to be because it is the safest and most stable entrance from Isgard into Limbo. One of the branches, it seems, sticks into the neighboring plane. And as Lorm is able to explain to you, Limbo is known as the place where either elements die or are born. No one's quite sure which. And as such, it is a place where each element tends to just sort of change into each other at random. The air that you're breathing can spontaneously turn into water or earth. The surface that you're walking on can freeze solid into a block of ice, or burst into flames that are instantly hot, only to vanish into steam and smoke and settle back down as rain.
Sounds normal.
Yeah.
Well, there is one way to actually cross Limbo, which is, it is a place where your individual willpower is at its strongest, or the effect your willpower has on the world around you, I should specify. As such, by concentrating upon a stable space with land and air and all that, it is possible to change the chaos stuff into that so that you can actually traverse the plane without dying immediately.
And that would be nice.
can't say as I've tried it myself, unfortunately. So, if we're going to be continuing with the modrons, it may behoove us to find out how to do that.
Yeah, probably.
It would be for the best. Question then is we to ask.
Well, eventually your travel up the sides of Yggdrasil takes you to one limb in particular that the modrons have traveled down, and when you reach towards the end of it, you note with some surprise that the march has halted. They're still in formation, and that formation radiates all the way around the branch, so kind of looks like there's sort of a fungus growing off of it. But they aren't moving anymore.
Huh.
Can we ask them why?
Well, you draw closer in order to speak with one. And as you do so, you see that there are a couple of figures making their way through the ranks of the modrons. And you recognize them, like not as individuals, but as Githzerai.
Oh. Wait, the ones we dealt with previously were Githrai, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
the Gith Yankee that are the bigger jerks than these guys.
Right, like these guys are just sort of like jerks, but the Gith Yankee are like assholes. Right?
Right, pretty much.
Okay.
That's a good way of putting it.
All right. So, yeah. So one of them waves you down and hurries up over towards you and says, "You are followers of the march."
Yeah?
Yep.
One might say that, yes.
Got nothing better to do.
Do you plan on continuing into Limbo, or are you heading back now?
Limbo is the plan.
Can you construct the chaos stuff? Control it?
I'm sure we can figure it out as we go along, you know.
Only one way to find out, really.
I mean, I haven't tried, but
Well, if you intend on going and learning, perhaps you can help. You seem powerful enough, at least.
I am pretty powerful.
We are in need of guides for the modrons.
Yeah.
The modrons are completely incapable of shaping the chaos stuff.
They do seem void of creativity, yeah.
Indeed. Shaping
Wait,
stuff.
it's based on how creative you are?
Yeah, so
Shaping
like
the
Scrooge.
chaos requires acknowledging it, accepting it, and then bending it to your will. The modrons are incapable of acknowledging it.
I see.
Ah, yes, relinquish control and embrace the chaos.
Indeed. It requires a certain focus and understanding. The modrons, however, refuse to accept it. And so, when the march goes through Limbo, individuals are often scattered and lost in the chaos stuff, never to join up with the march again. And even so, they create tiny pockets of order around themselves that tarnish the perfection of Limbo.
Right.
That is why we are here. When the march came to Limbo, we knew that we would need to guide the modrons through it as swiftly as possible. We have been recruiting for some time in Sigil, in other outer planes, and among the followers such as yourselves. My name
Okay.
is Hieronymi. And you are?
Aurelia de Zafrani de Viana.
I'm like, I don't have a fancy
Lily.
last name.
You do.
Yeah, you do.
Grunash.
I mean, I have titles. I don't have fancy last name. There's a
You
difference.
do have a family name.
You do have a family name.
Yeah. I
Just didn't know it when you were born.
Just ask your dad sometime.
Yes. Is Lily going to introduce herself?
Oh yeah, people talk to me, but yeah, no, I'm Lily.
All right. Well,
Just Lily.
so if you are accepting of this, I am willing to pay a fee of 500 gold pieces per person to escort the modrons through the chaos.
Hell yeah.
Sure.
All right, yeah.
I'm willing
We're
to
gonna need to
provide-
learn anyway.
I'm willing to provide 50 of that up front as an incentive.
Okay, I
And-
mean,
The remaining 450 once your charges are safely out of our domain.
okay.
Sure, why not?
And we're going that way anyway. May as well take the money.
Very well. Bear in mind that there are other forces within Limbo that are not as friendly as Githzerai.
Oh, I mean, how low can they go?
Have you heard of the Slad?
No.
Slad are ugly toad-like creatures, most often come in blue and red colors. Although individually there are significant mutations. Still, one thing is true about all of them. When biting... Somebody fall off?
Yes.
Okay, well, my computer crashed. What'd I miss?
We're learning about the Slod.
Okay.
Ugly toad-like creatures.
Okay.
One thing is true about whatever variety they are. The way they reproduce is by injecting their children into their victims.
Gross.
Disgusting.
Absolutely horrifying.
It's neither
Yeah.
safe, sane, nor consensual.
Yes. If you have the ability to resist or remove diseases, be sure to keep those close at hand.
I look
Okay,
directly at Grunash.
Grunash actually doesn't look worried.
No, you shouldn't be worried.
No.
If you were worried, we would be worried. Because you're the heel monkey.
If you are prepared for their assaults, and if you can shape the chaos well enough to protect a group of modrons, then you are welcome to join. Now, direction is more a matter of intent than of compass points in Limbo. So I should say that once you enter the plane, you must travel until you find a whirlpool of chaos. This should take about 15 hours. Once you have traversed the whirlpool, it will be 26 hours before you meet before you reach the immeasurable region, there, in the middle of the immeasurable, will be the gate to chaos. The next gate town.
How is it in the middle if it's immeasurable?
Don't question these things. We've been to a.
I get that it's chaos, but also I felt the need to ask the obvious.
We've been to a city at the top of infinity, in the middle of infinity, and you're questioning this?
Yeah, for laughs.
Ah, so you have been to Sigil.
Yeah,
It's a lovely place.
It is not.
It's a shithole.
it is a. I thought I grew up in a bad place. Man, that is not. Sigil has nothing on it. No, it has nothing on Sigil. Sorry, I said that the wrong way.
I just refuse to call it Sigil, so.
Yeah, it's Sigil, and I'm sticking with it.
So, which of you would say that you are the most intelligent here?
Lily immediately raises her hand.
I look at Lily.
Do you mean in game mechanics terms or in proper terms? Oh, really? Asks.
Sort of both, to be honest. I mean, this is going to test intelligence.
I look at Lily.
Really refuses to acknowledge this, but just rolls her eyes and lets it happen.
Actually, Lorm is still there.
Oh, Lorm is still there.
Yeah, what's Lorm's in?
Probably
18.
Sure, it's 18.
Oh, you're tied.
Ha! Mine's also 18!
How is your 18?
because Torpo rolled ridiculously stupidly well during character creation.
I remember the actual answer. I just
I'm still mad that I when Bobbin offered me the chance to re-roll or just turn one of my stats into an 18, I chose to just turn one of my stats from an 18 into an 18. Then I re-rolled for funsies to see what I would have gotten. I would have gotten like 3 18s and a 17 or something stupid like that.
You realize that you only rolled those because you made up your mind. If you had actually rolled again,
Yeah.
it would have been dog shit.
Yeah.
Alright, so you are sent by the Githzerai organizing the guides to find basically a good group of modrons to take through the chaos stuff. And the group that you are led towards is actually fairly close to the spot where Limbo begins. Like, you can see the roiling soup just straight in front of you, just radiating outwards from this one little bit of solid land where the branch just sort of grows into the ground of Limbo. And let's see here. Yes, the group that the Githzerai gestures is your responsibility includes 180 monodrones, 15 duodrones, 3 tridrones, 1 quadrone, and 1 pentadrone. However, before you are given full responsibility over their well-being, 2 nonatons and 4 decatons just sort of come over to you and ask you, so, if you are guides for Limbo, prove that you are reliable before we provide responsibility.
Okay.
What is the reasoning behind your choice as guide?
I got the big brain.
Honestly, she does come up with a lot of really good plans.
Unfortunately.
Indeed. How will the big brain become an asset?
By being big and full of knowledge.
Details are required.
Okay. By manipulating Limbo to help you pass through, is that better?
That is the purpose of a guide. How do we know that you are sufficiently skilled at doing so?
Because I need to learn this shit anyway.
Can you
We're
guys?
gonna be coming back through here later, and it's gonna suck. So may as well learn now. Trial by fire that shit.
Visk, did your computer crash again?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
After
Fuck,
you,
I don't know what's wrong with my computer.
after you rejoin the call, we can all hear it again.
So,
Frustrating.
You are providing promises. However, promises do not equal proof.
What would work as proof for you?
Demonstration.
Okay, are we dealing with Limbo at the moment, or is it just...
Like I said, you are within eyeball range of the chaos stuff.
Okay, I'll fucking attempt to manipulate what I can see in front of me.
All right.
By forming a bridge.
It does require walking further down the branch of Yggdrasil, but the hierarch modrons follow you in order to watch your demonstration.
Okay.
So this is an intelligence check.
Just
No
flat
skill
out?
no skill bonus. All right. You successfully create a 20-foot sphere
Hell yeah!
of solid earth and just a small breeze, as opposed to the roiling chaos nonsense surrounding it.
It's just a gentle breeze.
And Lorem will also contribute.
Nice.
And add an extra 40 feet to the sphere, for a total of 60 feet in all directions.
Sick ass 60-foot sphere.
Yes, it would seem that between the two of you, you will be able to create a stable enough area for the modrons to all fit inside. However, to say the least, it requires your concentration,
Okay.
as in the game mechanic, just to be clear.
Yeah. You know me and all my concentration spells that I use all the time.
Yes, but bad things could happen if you get hit.
True. Luckily I don't get hit.
yeah, there's that little tidbit.
Usually.
I think the two people in the party who get hit the least are me and Lily. And even then, I think Lily beats me out by a fair amount.
And Grenache is better AC. Just bad luck.
Yeah.
Well, Grenache is usually fighting in melee range, so it's kind of a little different.
I saw this image on the wiki.
Mm-hmm.
I forget what Splat book this is from, but I've seen it from the Splat book.
This is the one that's in the Dungeon Master's Guide, actually.
Ah, okay. Alright. That's
So-
what I've seen.
You are, with this demonstration, permitted to escort the group of 200 modron drones into the chaos stuff. And let's see. So,
Man, I just looked up an image of the sled, and it's like the worst version of Battletoads I've ever seen.
yeah, kind of. But as you're moving through the plane, some of the drones start wandering up to you guys. The actually intelligent drones of quadrones and pentadrones, and start peppering you with questions. Why is Order not in control of this plane?
Because it isn't.
Zoning error.
They didn't fill out the correct papers, it's true.
Who has made this error, and where is the correction form available?
Why don't you ask your higher-ups?
Higher-ups are not present.
Well, then you can wait.
Very well. Another one wanders up. Where are the gears?
Have
A
you looked
proper
inside
plane
you?
should have gears.
They're there, inside of you.
Incorrect. Our gears are from Mechanus. There are no gears present in
But
this
your
plane.
gears are
The
here.
gears on this plane are metaphorical.
The metaphor needs work.
It is very
Agree.
sloppy.
I
It's very sloppy, yes.
God, these are the best modrons yet. Just sassing chaos.
Later on, another one walks up. What is your rank?
Prince.
What is the relative rank of Prince compared to the ranks above and below?
All right. Well, Aurelia's gonna.
No,
No,
no, no,
Explain
no.
No. Let her do this. Let her have this.
Roll a history check, and we'll just say, spare our players the agony.
No, Lily.
Aurelia introduces the modrons to the video game Crusader Kings 2.
See, Lily likes this. Lily enjoys this because it means the modron aren't bothering her.
Mhm. And Lily's got to concentrate.
Exactly.
All right. And incidentally, even if the rest of you don't, Lorem will occasionally ask questions, but the modrons do not answer them. They do not even acknowledge that a question has been asked.
Well,
Wow.
that's rude.
Lorem
Hold on.
gets shit
Hold
no
on.
matter where
I'm
he
answering
is.
their questions and they're not answering mine. That seems unfair.
Our mission is to gather information, not to dispense it.
But what if dispensing information helps you gather information?
I must speak to my supervisor.
All right. Well, just keep that one in mind.
Oh my God, this is like the Bizarro Karen.
A lot of people, they prefer to trade information rather than simply give it out freely. So I'm very nice. I'll answer all your questions, but not everyone's like that.
I will note this information. You should speak to supervisor.
Sure thing, buddy. She doesn't.
So, a few hours into the march, you are attacked by a combat force of Red Slotty.
I tell them to fuck off.
When I say that, I mean that, the module recommends pitting at least one per player against the group.
This module was written for like level 3 characters, right?
Well, actually, at this point, we're getting into some pretty serious numbers. Like the Red Slot are challenge rating 5. So.
Oh, well.
But there's a reason I'm not switching to a battle map.
We fucking slaughter them.
Just go beat them up.
Which is that I am trying to get through 2 adventures in 1 session.
Oh, okay.
Fair enough.
Just beat them up. I got better shit to handle.
But yes, at least 1 Red Slot per party member, and then just dozens and dozens more attacking the modrons directly.
Right.
And once you clean up the ones going after you, you go after some of the ones going after the modrons, and you eventually take them all out. And then a couple hours later, an even larger group of blue slod show up.
Okay.
Fortunately, the modrons seem to have learned the complete lack of tactics that Slotty have, and are taking advantage of their own extreme amount of organization in order to concentrate their fire on one at a time, and by the time you clean up the blue slod, they are actually pretty close to finishing fighting off the group.
They mastered the art of action economy. Nice.
If anyone was going to do it.
Yeah.
We have read the rules and have found a combination of feats that seem a bit overpowered. We have taken them all.
Yeah, they would be rules lawyers. Just fucking munchkins. Technically. Actually.
Well, actually, you're supposed to find out.
Turn to page 81.
The rules for grappling are as follows.
But enough of them attack you that a couple of you probably fail the saving throw against slot infections.
Well, why don't we roll and find out?
I don't need to.
I kind of want to find out.
Yeah, actually, Grenache is enough of a monk that diseases just don't work.
Yeah.
This doesn't get sick.
Is it a Constitution saving throw?
I'm fine.
I'm not.
You got egged.
Ow. Please cure me.
Torpo also failed.
Fucking Christ.
Okay.
Even
well,
with my bigger number.
Yeah. Well, you
Okay.
failed by 1.
God, fuck off.
Okay, so that's 2.
Grenache, de-egg me. I need to not have this.
Already on it. 2 level 2 spells. Lesser restoration.
And then the blue slot, their ability works a little bit differently. The Constitution saving throw is 1 higher, and also, when you are infected by a blue slot, you turn into a red slot instead of just carrying one.
So we're rolling for that too.
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
Whoops, that was a...
Damn it.
Even stealthier this time.
Okay, so first off, I fucked up my roll. There should be an additional 5 on that, but it doesn't matter because I passed anyway.
Grenache.
You're just really prone to being egged.
Please stop saying that.
No.
I am the most attractive party member, so.
And that's my last
I
level 2.
don't think that's true. but okay.
The answer is don't think too hard about it.
I think it's definitely true.
What's your charisma?
I mean, it's the same as yours, but
Ha!
well, charisma is not the measure of attractiveness, but all right.
Joke's on you, not everyone's into goths anyway.
Everyone's into God.
No. No.
I appreciate the difference here between me and Kaelon.
So, fortunately, you seem to, after the 2 assaults, you reach what you realize must be called, or you reach what you realize must be the whirlpool. Because as much chaos soup as you're walking through is just muddled and explosive and all that, up ahead the chaos outside your stabilized terrain bubble swirls even more violently than before. The name is not entirely inaccurate. It does seem like a 3-dimensional whirlpool drawing all matter and energy into its hungry maw, but it's different from a normal whirlpool because it also spews forth as much as it pulls in. The elements within it swirl in every direction, and the cacophony of color and sound is difficult to bear.
Okay, but spewing out as much as it brings in, that sounds a bit too orderly for me.
Well, here's the thing. We're going to need fresh intelligence checks.
Yeah, time to fuck it up!
And this
From
time,
everyone?
from those who are stabilizing the chaos. And this time it's going to be, the DC is going to be 5 higher.
God, why do I suck so much?
Oh dear.
If only this was a spell so I could reroll a saving throw.
The space around you is shrinking. Anybody else
no.
want to contribute?
Wait, hold on. Are these aren't saving throws, right? These are just ability checks.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
just a
So
village
I'm
check.
actually just as good at them as. God damn it! I just realized because of my bard ability, I'm actually just as good at them as Torpo and
And Laura.
and Lorimar. God damn it!
Well then contribute!
So
Help
not-
stabilize.
okay. I mean, it is too higher, but it's still a crit fail. So yeah.
Okay. Well,
Holy
hold
shit.
on. Hold on. Lucky. That's
the hell
exactly.
is going
That's
on?
exactly why I said. That's exactly why. Well, what the
What
fuck,
the fuck? Grenache, please!
Grenache, with your minus with your -1, please make a good roll, and then maybe we can survive this.
What the actual fuck?
Oh, fucking
I need my 450 gold!
This is where we die. This is where we die, guys. We're not gonna die like dramatically to the worm. No, we're gonna like fucking get sucked into a whirlpool.
Yeah, fucking go down the
Sure,
elemental
it won't
toilet, let's do
instantly
this.
kill us.
Well, luckily for you, Lorem at least got above a 10. So you're not going to die. However, you are going to lose the vast majority of the modrons who had been counting on you.
Oh no!
Okay, there must be some. Hold on, let me think. Is there some way out of this? Something that can be done?
Just gonna slap. Roll again. I need to roll again. Let me roll again.
Well, you do have bardic ability.
Oh.
That's,
I do, but that doesn't do anything if I roll a 1 anyway. So
no, a 1 is just a 1, unless it's an attack roll.
oh really? I thought.
And you can add it to anyone's, not just yourself.
Oh,
I
hey!
think.
Wait, I
Bardic.
can?
Yeah, bardic inspiration.
No, not bardic inspiration.
Oh.
I mean, but I have to give that to someone in advance. Is the thing.
Well, you saw this coming, so I'm going to rule that. I'm going to allow
Okay.
it.
Fair. I will give it to. I will have given it to Lorem, I guess, in advance. Or I could have given it to everyone. So I'm willing to give up all of my, or like 4 of my uses of it.
All right. What's the bonus on that?
To say that I gave it to everyone. It's a plus 1d12.
Oh, D12 now.
Yeah.
Okay, well, my 9 turns into a 14.
I got 12, right?
So my 6 turns into a 10.
2, 3 successes.
So it's all down to Lorem. Come on, 12, Lorem. 12.
Roll big 12, Lorem.
I click the button. It's keeping me in suspense.
Yeah, wow, no kidding. Yes!
Yay! Lorem Amheb the big Brian.
I was literally considering like, Tempa, please just do something.
Anything, God. But he's got a 24 now, so.
All right.
To be fair, there's also 2 additional successes, so.
Yeah, it is a total of 5 more successes because it improves by increments of 5, but the minimum is 10 for getting through the whirlpool. So let's see here.
I mean, I guess I can do it for myself too. I don't even need to be prepared in advance for that. Oh, nice. So that's a 17, actually.
15, you mean?
No, I have 2 extra.
Oh, right.
That doesn't show up in the roll.
But yeah, so all of you have to concentrate on Aurelia's music, apparently. But you are able to sustain the bubble through the whirling vortex of chaos and get out to the other side.
Aurelia's hit new song is Sustain the Bubble.
Let's not die. Let's not kill anyone who wants to help us.
I can't believe I was relied on for that role.
Well, considering everybody was rolling single digits.
Yeah, it was.
And I did it just because I had lucky, and I was like, well, if I roll crappy once, I can't roll crappy. Oh, well then.
You know when you're relying on -1 intelligence, you're in some deep shit. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. And once you get to the other side, you reach the region of limbo that is referred to as the immeasurable.
How big is it?
About yay big, you know. Can't see me using my hands, but just assume you can.
Well, I'll put it this way. It's a little bigger than a house.
And a little smaller than everything.
Okay, but what if it's immeasurable because it's so small that you can't measure it? There's no metric.
Oh.
I mean, I'm kind of assuming it's actually immeasurable because it's like, I don't know, non-Euclidean or something.
Well, in limbo, the answer to all of those speculations is yes. And as it is, you soon after passing through the vortex, you are forced to make camp and start to rest. And the modrons don't see why you're doing this. They're prepared to keep marching. And so the pentadrone in charge comes up to you and says, "Why do you pause?"
Okay. Do you have much experience with, like, biological organisms?
We are aware that sleep phases are an experienced thing
Look.
among
As,
Okay, so
non-modron.
as
that would be
beings
the
that are
thing,
not
then.
made of pure order, we have a better understanding of chaos. And this
However-
place is impossible to navigate for people who are orderly like you. You need to understand us and trust us that waiting here will bring us closer to the center.
However, continuing to move forward would be continuing to move forward and to forego sleep would also bring us out of chaos much quicker. This seems logical.
No, but you see, this place isn't logical. Sleeping will bring us there faster.
Well, sorry. How does this actually work again?
It doesn't, that's the point.
Which this in particular.
Well, so wait, why are we resting?
Because we're
Because we need to
tired.
sleep.
We need to
Yeah,
sleep.
because you're exhausted, and in particular,
Okay.
the people who have been concentrating all day.
Yeah, okay. I was
Break.
confused because I don't understand why Lily is lying to them in a way that is less plausible than the actual answer.
To get them to shut up.
That's not helpful, though. We just explained to them, yes, that is logical. However, that assumes that we'll be able to continue to navigate and protect everyone from the ravages of chaos under current conditions. However, as we become tired and start to require rest, our aptitude for doing this decreases. Therefore, at a certain point, there must be a trade-off made between speed and reliability. It would be faster, however, it would also be much more dangerous.
Sleep seems to be inefficient. However, if it is required, then we shall pause.
Yes, thank you. Take it up with, I don't know, the gods,
Management.
whoever created us.
I will inform my superior.
Thank you.
You do that.
I'm sure you'll be able to work something out. remove the need for sleep from organic beings.
And incidentally, you've noticed by this point, from particularly for this section where you've been interacting with modrons one-on-one more often, they seem to be incapable of understanding that there are other modrons more than one step above and below them in the hierarchy.
Really?
The pentadrone is aware of the quadrones in this group, but aside from that, seems to consider all of the monodrones to be just sort of background noise.
They must be aware on some level that they exist, though, because didn't the or does that not apply to the higher up ones? Because we talked to the one we talked to knew about the guy in charge, the top dog, the big kahuna, as it were. I believe that's the modron term, big kahuna.
No, checks out. Yeah.
The Decaton never actually referred to Primus as an individual. It just referred to Primus Tower as a place you needed to go.
Oh, fair enough then. Okay, I didn't realize that.
You just go inside and all I can hear is Winona's big brown beaver.
All right.
Gary was a race car driver? Nothing.
That's interesting. Yeah. That's a very interesting way to have a society.
I mean, if I could ignore certain people in my society and turn them into background noise.
They know that different ranks exist, right? They must.
They are aware that the orders they issue are disseminated and obeyed. And they are aware that orders come from somewhere. But they always issue those orders to one rank below them and get those orders from one rank above.
Right. No, that part, yeah, I get.
Like a garbage
They
game
seem
of telephone.
entirely unaware and unconcerned with the fact that the orders they receive don't necessarily make sense to be given to the immediate next rank down.
Huh, okay. Fucking weirdos.
They also never talk in the first person singular. Whenever
Right.
anyone, or whenever you bring up modrons in general, they use we.
Yeah, no, I did notice that part.
Ah, yes, the royal we.
It's not royal.
So, the overnight bubble will need to be maintained by someone.
I mean, Lorem can do it.
Well,
Lorem's
can
an
he
elf.
do it? Can he do it while? How does it work with elves or whatever? Can they do it while they meditate? Or
Not while he's meditating, but he will be able to take a shift after he's done.
okay,
Oh, yeah, Lake can do it.
yeah.
Fine.
How does Lake? Does Lake have to meditate or anything, or is Lake just straight up?
I just never sleep
whatever.
ever.
Yeah, well, but do you meditate?
No.
No?
Okay, that was the question. All right, so I mean, Lake can do it.
I mean, if you want my +1 intelligence to be doing that, then okay, I guess.
Better than my -1.
Really need sleep.
All right, here
okay,
we
well,
go.
Lake, okay, how about this? Wait. Before we do anything bad,
It doesn't have to be just one person.
yeah, maybe Lake can stay up and be like the backup, and then the 3 competent people can take shifts. And depending on how many rolls we have to make, Aurelia can also give everyone inspiration. Because I assume there's time for her to take a short rest. Which will refresh all of her stuff.
Yeah, but first things first, someone needs to roll, and it can't be Lily or...
I can go first, because I can give myself inspiration and add a bonus to it. Or can wait, actually, can you give yourself inspiration? I mean, it's a creature that can hear me. I can hear
Other than
myself.
yourself.
Oh, it does say other than yourself?
Other than yourself.
Okay, the thing I'm looking at it doesn't, but that's I'm sure you're looking at the actual thing, so.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's fine.
So, yeah, somebody roll.
I'll roll first. No, but I get.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, it's not
Okay.
bad.
Would there be any benefit to adding more? That would be a 19 actually, but would there be any benefit to adding to a 19? Or is that
Yes.
just enough?
Each,
Okay, then I roll.
each time the collective roll passes a 5, it adds 10 feet to the radius. So right now it's going to be a fairly crowded 30-foot radius sphere.
Okay, well, that's a 29 then.
All right, and that's using your College of Lore ability,
Yes.
Peerless skill.
Yup.
Yes, regular Bardic Inspiration only works on other people, and so what's unique about College of Lore is that you can buff yourself with it.
Yep. All right. And then after Aurelia's shift is done, she will give inspiration to Lake, Lily, and Lorem.
I don't know why I did a thumbs up, because you can't see it. But I did.
I don't know. Half the time I say wink out loud, I wink anyway.
Well, you want to make the roll then, Lake?
Sure, why not?
Well, I thought Lake. I just give it to Lake as like a backup because
Oh,
Lake's
that's
the
right.
worst at it of the.
Oh, I got a
Of
full night's
everyone.
sleep. Oh,
So if someone else fucks it up, then Lake can
Help.
make the roll.
Yes. Well,
Lake- I guess Lake
Lorem
can make the roll.
fucked it up.
Oh God.
Lorem really fucked it up.
Yeah, he did. And Lily's still asleep.
I mean, I can
I
always,
honestly fuck.
I can always lucky that. Give me a second.
Oh, this is for the back half of the 8 hours.
Ah,
Remember, you have an extra D12 that you can apply to that. That might be.
I mean, there's,
Well-
there's no reason not to. I can choose which one I want to use,
Oh,
and then
right,
add.
okay.
Yeah.
I forgot
take
you
that
could choose.
22
Sorry.
and put it in my back.
Well, I'm gonna
pocket for later.
choose that 10.
And then add 12 to it,
And-
or add a d12 to it.
Add d12 to it. So 15.
All right, that's 3, and Lorem got 5. Got over 5, and you got over 15, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, the bubble of reality in the swirling chaos gets to a very uncomfortable 40-foot radius before before Lily wakes up and goes, "Oh hell no!"
Exactly like that. Could y'all just
And-
like take a step back, please?
Doubles the radius single-handedly.
I'm gonna just sit on that inspiration, dog. Fine.
It only lasts for 10 minutes, so
Oh fuck. I mean,
Oh,
it's
wait,
already
it don't.
asleep,
Oh, I
whatever.
forgot it only lasted for 10 minutes. So I guess
it's-
you'd have
it's
to
fine, I
wake
was too busy
Aurelia
being
up to
asleep.
give it to Lily.
No, it's fine. I was too busy being asleep to give a shit about your music.
yeah. But when you wake up, the the radius balloons outward, and you might as well use get and use inspiration now.
Okay.
I just want to see how big you can make it.
Shake Aurelia awake. She briefly sings a song and goes back to sleep.
Bobbin. That's what she said.
I'm gonna delete you. Regardless, that's officially a 31.
Yeah. And so without needing Lorm's help this time, you completely expand back to the 60-foot radius sphere.
All I
And-
needed was my sleep.
Yeah, and incidentally, the modrons all surrounding you had compacted themselves into the shrinking sphere by climbing onto each other's shoulders and occupying the vertical space within the sphere.
Y'all look absolutely ridiculous. I like it.
At least it works.
And
This is what I meant by let me sleep. It's all you had to do.
let's see.
Well, I'm glad you let me sleep because now I can patch you back up if you get attacked by frogs again.
And as Lily is concentrating on the new sphere of reality, a bunch of tiny little imp-like things just sort of skitter inward and start jumping on your objects. Like, not the important ones that you would be concentrating on, but like things like shoes, pants, backpack items.
Oh no, my
was-
bag of 1,000 ball bearings.
Why do you still have that?
Why wouldn't I? It's useful. Oh no, they're gonna take my candle.
Oh no, they don't take things. That's not how these work. They change
Oh.
them.
Oh no.
Ha!
this sounds great.
Now everybody else won't have shoes. I won't be the weird one.
What will happen to my bag of 1,000 ball bearings?
Well, let's see here. Let's just say for funsies that that's the thing that they grab. And I will roll a D100.
I hope you roll like whatever it takes to turn into like an elephant or some shit like that.
Oh no, it's a solid gold butt plug now. What will I do?
4, 26, 28, 32, 4. Okay, they turn into a vest.
Okay, but what size vest? This is important.
size 9.
Damn.
Sure, Lily's like a size negative something.
Look, goblin sizes are different than your people sizes. It's fine. We tend to share with, you know, like gnomes, halflings.
So you basically just got a big rope now.
Well, as you're chasing down the Chaos Imps, a Gith leaps out of the Chaos stuff, apparently having just sort of survived without a bubble, and is attacking you and you guys specifically.
Yo, that is super rude. Could
This
you
is-
not?
Extremely rude. Let's murder him.
Yo, Grenache, beat him
Her.
up for me. Beat her up for me.
Unlike all of the other Gith you've encountered, this one is wearing plate mail and is wielding a long sword.
It's the jerks. It's the jerks. It's the no.
I mean,
The other ones are
assholes?
jerks. It's the assholes. It's the assholes. Exactly.
I see.
Beat him up for me, please.
And immediately upon showing up, she fires a lightning bolt into the group.
Wow, fucking rude.
Well, that's pretty rude.
Yeah.
Do we need to roll something?
Well, yeah, just roll dexterity saves.
Okay, so dexterity saves.
We're not getting into the nitty gritty, but we're doing the basic stuff.
Let's roll a dexterity save with advantage and with proficiency.
Why? I actually did good in a dexterity save.
You
I
actually,
take no
I
damage.
just sucked.
I actually did well despite having disadvantage.
I'm finally remembering that I have fucking spell save advantage now.
I feel like I should get advantage against lightning bolts, specifically.
Oh, I should roll for Lorm too. Well, good thing that you aren't relying on him right now. Because his bonus is 2.
Doesn't Lily just take straight up no damage from stuff?
Yeah, I take no damage.
That was a D100. Oh no, he failed. Failed hard.
Technically speaking, I could finagle taking no damage regardless, but
Yeah.
Doesn't knock him out, but out of this group, he is the only one who's significantly damaged by the lightning bolt.
please, could you just fucking not? I'm busy here.
Yeah, Grenache and Lily don't take any damage.
I take
Aurelia
14.
and Lake take 14. And so, yeah, how do you respond?
I'm Eldritch Blasting here. Okay, so...
Okay, well, I was gonna say I could try using something like Dominate Person.
No, I'm just Eldritch Blasting, so let's see here.
Was that last one a lucky?
No, that last one was not a lucky. I'm just taking the one. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh wait, oh yeah, that's right. I forgot. I do only have 3. I'm sorry. I'm jumping the gun and thinking that I have 4 already. So
Yeah, you're not 17 until next time.
yeah. So 2d10 plus 10. Yes. No, plus actually add 2 to that. I keep forgetting that my charisma bonus is 6, so that's actually 22 damage.
All right. And so is Aurelia going to follow through with Dominate?
Yeah, just because it feels like it would be good to see what the fuck this person is attacking us for. So yeah, I'm gonna try doing that. It's a wisdom saving throw. They have disadvantage.
Yep.
DC 19 still, I believe. Yeah.
Let's see. G. I for Gith. Yeah, this looks to this looks appropriate. Disadvantage. Unlike
Yeah.
elves, they don't have advantage on charm stuff. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, wait, hold on. I think. Oh no, wait. I'm thinking of suggestion. Never mind. Sorry. Oh no, wait. I'm not thinking of suggestion. If you or creatures that are friendly to are fighting it, it has advantage on the saving throw. So yeah, it actually just rolls regularly, not with disadvantage.
All right. That would make it an 18,
So
which I think is just below what they needed.
Yep. All right.
The light and the fight just sort of fade out of her.
Telepathic link can issue commands. All right. So yeah, basically Aurelia's going to command her to tell us who she is, why she's here, why she's attacking us, etc.
All right. I am Turinth of the Githyanki. I have come to Limbo because of the Modron March. It irritates the Githzerai to have the Modrons lost within the Chaos stuff, and that is reason enough to ensure that it happens. I have come to kill you so that the Modrons will be lost.
All right. Well, that's very petty. I hope you know that.
The ancient war with the Githzerai was neither started nor ended by me, but I shall do my part.
Could always try to break the cycle, you know.
No response.
Yeah, I wasn't really expecting one. Okay, well.
I mean, she just seems here to kill us for extremely petty reason. Can we just, like, get rid of her?
Yeah, I guess.
Cool.
Well, dominate is it dominate person or
Dominate person.
I think that lasts actually quite a while.
No, well, it only lasts a minute if you cast it normally. It can last longer if you cast it at a higher level, but I didn't say that I was doing that, so.
Sure enough.
All right. Just thinking, I guess we could just use this as an opportunity to kill her, or I could just command her to fuck off, and I mean, she might just come straight back.
Yeah,
she'll just come.
She'll just come right back. We can just.
Although
you could ask her.
Yeah, I was gonna say also we could just use suggestion.
We could.
Because that would last for 8 hours.
Yeah,
and
that would. We don't even need to concentrate on that.
Suggestion some
you do.
concentration. Yeah.
Oh, suggestion is concentration. That's right.
Yeah, it is.
Can I? Here's a question: if she's dominated, can I just tell her not to make a saving throw? Does that?
No, that's you're still. The mind is still fighting. It's just.
I see. Fair enough.
Currently failing.
All right.
Okay, hi, I'm back.
Hi, we've decided that we're probably gonna end up killing this lady. So.
Well, no, I was just gonna say I can just cast suggestion and it. Okay, here's another question that I don't think has ever come up before. If I cast suggestion and it fails, does that still break concentration on the thing I'm currently like? Does concentration break as I cast another spell? Okay.
When you cast another concentration spell, you are ending your current concentration as a part of that.
Okay, I figured, but I thought there was a chance it might only happen if it. All right. Well, then maybe Lake should cast concentration.
I mean, that's the gamble that you're making.
Suggestion.
Yeah. Okay.
I could as well.
I mean, mine's more likely to work, but not by that much. So.
I will cast suggestion. It's a DC 19.
All right. What is your suggestion? It is one or two sentences that sound reasonable.
I would say just tell her to give up on fighting us and go home. I don't know.
I mean that might not actually sound reasonable to her because she's like a big on this whole warrior thing, but I can always try. Yeah.
Or okay, you could tell her to give up on fight. Maybe we should just fight her. She's gonna attack someone else. I mean,
Yeah.
I could just shoot her in the face. It's true.
Yeah, you could. You could also like stab her really easily. We could just like stand next to her and you could just shank her.
I'm just gonna ask her: Is there anything that would dissuade you from continuing to attack us or others who are helping the Modron march?
You are too powerful. I will retreat.
Okay, yeah, then retreat and don't attack any other Modrons coming through.
Is that your suggestion?
Yes.
The last part might not sound reasonable to her.
Well, if you'll recall, she was never going to attack the Modrons.
Oh, that's true.
And then don't attack any other groups coming through, I guess.
All right.
Well, you could tell her. Oh wait, how about this?
The spell only lasts a minute. I've given her enough time to talk.
Yeah, all right.
And with that in mind, as soon as she shakes off the dominate person, she immediately turns and runs.
Okay.
Falling back into the chaos stuff, using whatever sort of protection she has against instant annihilation.
Bye! I'm not sorry I shot you with lasers.
Are they chaotic aligned, or are they like just evil or whatever?
Lawful evil.
Oh, weird.
Yeah.
It is a very strict society based around exploiting other people.
Oh, so they're capitalists.
I mean, I just told you, they're lawful evil.
Yeah.
Okay, so we gotta expect those coming in as well. Great.
Well,
Why I gotta be so rude? I'm just doing my job here. I want my money.
Well, you do. Well, you say that, but soon after the encounter, well, I say soon, but several hours later, you don't really encounter anything else that attacks you within the immeasurable, and eventually you do make your way to a giant guidon.
What now?
I don't know, that's what it's called. But the guidon is a tall, stable monolith that marks the gate to chaos.
It's a military standard, apparently.
Wait, is
Like flag. That kind of standard. After looking up what a guidon is.
yeah?
So effectively a gathering point in amongst this chaos.
Yeah. And as you approach, the area around it has been stabilized, and there are Githzerai running back and forth, helping as many Modron groups get through the gate as possible. And once your bubble of stable chaos intersects with the one around the Guidon, all of the Modrons start marching forward. The Githzerai direct them to the gate, and thank you for your service.
Finally, my money.
Yeah.
A significant number of the monodrones have lost their lives to the attacks by the Slotty. But all in all, you got a majority of them back through, despite a few hair-raising moments.
That's shot by lightning.
Well, you got aimed at by lightning. You did not get
True.
shot.
Nothing could shoot me with that roll.
You kind of looked God right in the eye and said, "Come on, asshole! I dare you with that roll."
Once again, I have advantage on all spell saves. It's so good.
All right, so soon after that, you meet up with Hieronymill again, who has apparently gone ahead using alternate paths to get to the exit gate. And so he's there to thank you in person and to hand out the remaining 450 gold pieces that he owes you.
Hey, buddy, want a vest? I got a vest. You can have it.
If I need a vest, I can always make one.
It's a size 9.
Did
You want a size 9
any of
vest?
the rest of us get any wacky objects from that chaos thing?
Well, just tell me if you want one. I can.
I
do that
definitely
roll
want
again.
one.
All right, and tell me what they target.
I don't know. I've got so much random shit in my bags. It could be anything.
You know what? Let him take my potions of water breathing and bring me.
Finally!
Let's go!
No! You're supposed to keep that for the final adventure. That's when it would come in handy.
It's funny you say that, because I think I still have a fucking potion that I haven't used in ages. Where is it? Where did I list it? Which fucking sheet of like
I
the
have
million
so much
sheets?
crap. They got my hempen rope, guys. I've been carrying that around for so long.
Oh no, they got the good stuff.
What did they get of mine? Hold on.
I'll just do one of your potions of water breathing.
That's right. I have a potion of speed that I've had since the fucking... God, the red dragon.
Wait, no, sorry, I found something better. They got my fishing tackle, guys. Do I have fishing tackle? I don't know, but it's on my sheet.
All right, it's transformed into a potion of giant strength.
Of what?
Oh, hill giant strength.
Oh, that's
Hey, Bobbin,
Pretty
they
good,
apparently
actually.
got my thieves' tools, which I have for some. That's. Oh my god.
Because you have this, because you have that ability or that proficiency.
Oh, right, yeah.
From being an urchin.
Right, and it's like maybe come up once.
Yeah, but
Ever.
it doesn't matter now because I'm here.
Yeah, exactly. So they got my fucking thieves' tools, Bobbin. What they turn into?
well, I want to know what my fishing tackle turned into first.
Okay, fair enough.
All right, I'll do that one first then. Oh boy, I got to work from the back here. A merchant scale.
Nice.
All right, what did my thieves' tools turn into? Come on. Come on, roll. I know you can do it. D48. Okay, that's odd.
I don't know. I still like my vest of 1,000 ball bearings.
Smith's tools.
Trade one for the other. Congrats.
I'm not even proficient in that.
Yeah, like all of the little tools and implements in your bag have just grown bigger. Now you've got a big hammer and a hefty wedge suitable for hammering into iron and assorted clamps.
Okay, well, I've written it down and I'm going to forget immediately that I have these. So.
No change then.
Yeah, really no change.
Anyway, you safely make it through the gateway yourself, having spent only about a day and a half in limbo. And you find yourself back in the Outlands, in Sawax. Or is it Kassos? It's kind of funny, because every time you even think about the name of this particular gate town, it seems to come out differently.
Oh my god, and we ask everybody here if
God,
the
it's
dress
like me
is
remembering
blue or black or gold and...
No, it's just me remembering somebody's name.
Yeah, to be honest, Lily probably doesn't even notice.
Yeah, no, this is just another day in the life, really. Now, the problem is Lily says it consistently. That's what's confusing.
And while you're here, recovering from the ordeal, you find out that the gate town is the home of the Calcitex.
Bahudaba?
This is the faction that believes that everything is chaos and randomness and without any particular meaning or design. Therefore, you should do whatever the hell you want.
Yeah, relinquish control and embrace the chaos.
Yes, and yeah, just do whatever thought comes into your head when it comes, and enjoy yourself. Because there's no point in anything else.
Hell yeah. One hedonism, I'm all about that shit.
Well, hedonism, or helping people, or just standing on your head and counting down from 100.
All of these are valid, but I'm the most.
Incidentally, the Calcitex were not called in to help with the Modron March, because they are not particularly well suited to shaping chaos. They just sort of live it.
I mean, that's fair. I live in America. I know how that feels.
We're all living in America.
I'm not.
Coca-Cola, sometimes war. So, as you spend time in Zauk, you notice that the size of the Modron March, straggling in slowly over time, appears to be significantly smaller than when you left for Limbo. Like, the long ranks of thousands of Modrons that were lining up on the branch of Yggdrasil is significantly smaller, even despite the effort of guides such as yourselves. Chaos itself is a bad place to be a Modron.
Makes sense. Well, I'm sure they gave their lives for a good cause.
Oh god, that means that they're
Well, at
gonna
least
talk
a
to their
lawful
supervisors
cause.
now about the garbage we fed them.
And of course, the thing is that there's still the lower planes left to go. So as bad as this is, it's not yet as bad as it's going to be.
Oh, fun.
How many modrons generally make it back to Mechanus?
That's a good question. We should probably ask that.
I mean, this obviously is gonna have a high attrition rate.
We should have asked that from the beginning.
I mean, we're fine.
Yeah, any of the art. Well, I will say that the decaton that has been delegated to speaking to you guys about, or for answering questions for you guys, will just simply state thousands leave on the march, hundreds return.
And they're going to some pretty risky places. Of course, there's once again a high rate of
Yeah.
attrition. Like it was inevitable.
That's fair. Well,
Have
I
you
mean,
seen
as
these
long
idiots?
as enough make it back to tell people that we did the whole thing and we get our prize, that's fine.
Like a pack of fucking lemmings.
Yeah. Something
Yes,
else
I
you
know
notice-
that's fake, but
Something else you notice is that the ones that are mostly missing are monodrones, and just even
That
as
makes
you
sense.
well, even as you watch the march reassemble itself, you see a few flashes of light coming from the ranks as monodrones immediately transform into duodrones and just casually walk over to the place where the duodrones are collecting themselves.
this is the worst version of Pokemon I've ever seen.
And some duodrones start flashing now and again and turn into tridrones and walk over to the tridrone area.
And am I the only one who's made incredibly uncomfortable by this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Incredibly uncomfortable? Probably. I'm a little bit uncomfortable, but
It's really not a big deal, guys. Come on.
so are they like caterpillars? Like some is this like a cocoon? They're coming out of the cocoon thing, or
Must be a lot of cocoons to get to the big ones.
Ist wirklich etwas, das ich denke, es funktioniert so gut, dieser Dialog zwischen Bruckner
Well, the
und Komponisten von Avant.
Decaton can answer this one as well,
Bruckner ist ein Komponist, der hat so viel überlegt,
which is quite simply that
Raum in Musik, was
when gaps in the hierarchy are created, they are filled immediately.
alle die Fragen, die zum Beispiel Ligeti haben auch in seine Richtung geantwortet.
To replace those who have promoted, or those monodrones who have been lost, they are immediately replaced in Mechanus.
okay, so like more monodrones have been created in Mechanus because these guys were promoted.
There must always be a precise number of modrons.
Fucking the struggle is real.
Okay. I mean, that makes sense, I suppose.
Promotions are assigned based on superior. What's the word came into my head and then immediately jumped back out. Promotions are assigned based on seniority.
That also makes sense.
Can't believe these modrons are unionized.
I can! What are you talking about? If anything's gonna unionize, it's gonna be the modrons.
I don't know if you know how unions work.
It depends upon your definition of union, really.
Yeah.
You also got to consider that management is always promoted out of the workers.
Mhm.
When a decaton dies, it is immediately replaced by a pentadrone.
I can't believe that. I mean, can't believe that modrons are a workers' co-op.
Yeah.
A very hierarchical, authoritarian workers' co-op.
Yes. Well, distinctions are privileges assigned to high-ranking members is illogical and serve no purpose.
Fair enough.
I mean, he's right.
Yeah.
Anyway, the march, once it finally assembles sufficiently for the for the march to begin again, this ends up taking place overnight while you guys were sleeping, and so once again it's a game of catching up. And the terrain has gotten a little bit harsher, a little bit less forgiving. And as such, it's a bit more of a struggle for you guys to keep up the march. And so, as you approach the gate town of Pandemonium, which is named Bedlam, you are only able to get there just in time to watch the last of the modrons leave through the gate at the base of the town. And I believe you should be able to see the map of Bedlam provided in the handout section.
Oh, in the handout. I was about to say. Yep, there we are. Oh! It's like that one place.
Yeah, it's... But look at that huge cube!
Huge cube, or the Hube.
So, the thing you note about Bedlam is that from the giant spires that stick out like individual fingers behind the town, the ground slowly slopes down across a series of cliff sides. And while the streets are even and orderly and paved up here in Zone 1, the closer it gets to the Black Tower, within which is the gate to Pandemonium, the more chaotic and random the streets get. The more it seems like the number of buildings does not match the number of roads, and the width does not quite make sense down there. And even from here, you can hear the screaming wind coming out of the gate, making it hard to hear just the usual business of a town around you.
Why are all the houses spiky?
Because they're evil, duh.
I'm evil and I'm not spiky. No, pointy ears don't count.
I wasn't even thinking of your ears, honestly. I was thinking more of your personality.
I was thinking of your sword, but you know.
I'm just rough around the edges, okay?
Bit prickly.
Buildings are just spiky around the edges.
Look, I'm just glad that for going to the Black Tower, I have my gun ready.
I think that would be the Dark Tower.
It's the Dark Tower, but it's close enough. I'm using a rifle, not a revolver, so it's fine.
Well, let me just say this. You better be glad it's the Black Tower, because if it were the Dark Tower, we'd have to start all over again from the Sahuagin attack.
Yeah, but I'd have my horn this time, and it'd be fine. Also, we'd have to kill one lone, very angry wizard. The ending of that fucking book is so stupid, I love it.
Never read it.
I've read all of them. I remember nothing.
Alright, so you are currently on the outskirts of Bedlam, and at least where you're standing right now, everything seems rather orderly. I mean, the wind howling is kind of annoying, but aside from that, everybody seems to be minding their own business, going about, going to work, bargaining with merchants, And at about this point, a boy rushes up to you with a scrap of paper, saying, "Message for you, gents."
Yeah, well.
I think that's technically Grenache because he's the only gent here.
I'm absolutely a gentlewoman.
I say, does he mean like genteel? Like,
No, Gentiles. He's just referring to the fact that none of us are Jewish.
Well, who wants to take the note and
Yes, I'll take.
I'll
the note
take.
and read it.
Okay.
All right. You unfold the scrap of paper, and on it are the words. On it are written the words, "I require your assistance. Please surrender when necessary."
What?
And it's kind of interesting because even though this appears to be just a hastily written note on a scrap piece of paper, the hastily written words are very carefully and elegantly printed.
My
Can
God,
I
their handwriting is
roll
immaculate.
insight to see if I can?
With a very even and precise hand.
Their handwriting's immaculate. My God,
Yes, you can roll insights.
it's better than Lake's chicken scratch.
It will not. I will not give you advantage, but it will not be hard.
Insight.
I can read this. My God.
I don't know shit.
Hey, what are we rolling?
Insight.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, it's like the one of like 3 skills that you're bad at.
Yeah, is luckily we've never really had to test my animal hand. Son of a, you piece of shit fucking window, open!
Well, Aurelia got enough anyway, but so you notice 2 things about this note. Number 1, based on who you've been hanging out with recently, you're pretty sure that it's written by a modron. You can't imagine anyone going to being quite so precise and painstaking on what is otherwise something that needs to be written quickly. And yet, the writer used, "I require your assistance."
Mm-hmm.
Son ain't right here. Maybe they just have immaculate handwriting. Maybe their handwriting's just that good. Maybe they were big in
Or-
calligraphy.
It's from the big kahuna, as it were.
I don't think that's what they call them.
I'm pretty sure it is.
That's stupid.
Can I ask this kid where this note came from?
The kid has taken your attention. The kid has taken advantage of your
Confusion?
sorry. The kid has taken advantage of the fact that you are paying attention to the note to get out of there. And by the time you look up to ask him where he got it, he's already off past a corner somewhere.
Well, that's annoying.
Well then. Okay. That's weird.
It's immaculate.
However, you can always ask around for general information, or you could head straight for the Black Tower and just forget about this whole thing.
I kind of want to ask around. I don't know.
Yeah, let's ask around, because this seems weird.
All right. What kinds of questions are you asking?
Have you seen
Well-
this handwriting anywhere?
I guess, I don't know. We're just asking, I mean, I don't know. Maybe asking random people isn't the best way to...
Yeah, we have nothing solid to go on is the issue.
Yeah. What does the note... Can you repeat the exact words of the note again?
I require your assistance. Please surrender when necessary.
All right. So I guess we can just proceed normally, and if there comes a time where it seems like
They're
there's some reason
betraying
to
us.
surrender...
Hey, this person's clearly foreseen something that we haven't.
Yeah. All right.
Some might argue it was calculated.
Okay, let's go.
So just keep a bit of an eye out then.
All right. So, as you proceed inward towards the gate of Bedlam, the wind, as you step downwards into the next zones, increases in volume and aggression, if that's something you could call it. It just it's harder to ignore. And even though the force of the wind doesn't really push against you, the volume of the noise it makes keeps going up and up and up. And as you approach the gate, it starts to get to the point where it's hard to tune out.
I should butter your plugs.
Still, it's not quite loud enough to drown out a shriek that you hear down a side path.
Maybe we should investigate.
Goody goodies, want to check that shit out?
I mean, yes, but I mean, I kind of know where we are. Could be a trap.
What's the decision?
My vote, despite my better judgment, is let's check it out.
Lily knows her vote ain't worth shit.
Well, it depends on what the other two say. I mean, the only one whose vote is completely worth shit is Lorem's.
It's fine, I respect Lorem. No, that's a lie, actually.
I respect
But Lorem
Lorem.
is my friend. Look, I don't need to respect Lorem to be his friend, it's fine. It's fine, Lorem, I know what it's like to get constantly overruled.
Alright, but... Yeah, so what does Grenache and Aurelia want to do?
Yeah, let's check it out.
Okay.
Alright.
As I said.
So, as you draw closer, you see what prompted the scream you heard bare seconds ago. You've discovered a dead body, but it's been so badly mutilated that it's all you can do to keep your gorge down. The unfortunate Githzerai is nailed to a doorframe by each of his limbs, his body making an X across the doorway. His inner organs have been removed and placed in a semicircle around his body. Magic mouths, set on each organ, recite in an chaotic chorus the gruesome tales that describe the functions of each part and how they've been mistreated by the owner. The look on the Githzerai's face suggests that he was still alive when these atrocities began.
That's fucked up.
To your disgust, you find that you're standing in an ever-widening pool of blood.
Oh, jeez, I don't have shoes on.
Yeah,
Finally, it comes
wash
back to
these
haunt you.
I can wash these boots.
Then again, I assume at this point that Lake's feet are just one gigantic callus.
Pretty much. It's still gross.
But man, that is both cruel and unusual.
The sound
Impressive that they got both.
Snaps you from the contemplation of this grisly scene. 3 members of what appear to be the local watch converge on the spot immediately and start shouting, raising a hue and cry. One of them in particular shouts out, "Drop your weapons and raise your arms above your heads."
I mean, I didn't have my weapons drawn.
Yeah, I didn't. I mean, I have a stick, so.
They want you to put your weapons on the ground.
That would require drawing my weapons first. Surely that's not what they want.
You can pull them out by the sheaths.
I don't think my rod has a sheath. I mean, wow,
You're
that
being
really...
difficult. If you hadn't said anything, I wouldn't have noticed.
At the very least, it's you clearly know what they mean.
Mm-hmm. All right, well, I'm in for trusting the random note. I don't really need my equipment to be dangerous, so in fact, I don't think any of us really do.
Would they be able to tell that Protodor's light is a weapon at a glance?
It's a sword, isn't it?
It's not activated.
Sword hilt, and it is fairly small. I would give you a sleight of hand check to hide it on your person.
I'll do that.
I think my staff is required for a bunch of stuff that I do, but not everything. I'm probably still dangerous enough without it, so yeah, sure. I'll drop
there
my
you
staff.
Go. This is my sleight of hand check. The gun, though, I can't hide the gun.
No, I don't think you can hide a gun.
No.
And as tempting as it is to try to hide my knives, that's just it would be too suspicious. Bad enough that somehow I'm hiding this fucking hilt. I'm not gonna think too hard about it.
So does Aurelia drop the rod?
Sure. Yeah.
If only it had a toothpick function.
Warlock's me. But yeah, I've dropped my staff and I'm putting my hands above my head.
All right.
Oh, I just realized there's a giant pool of blood at our feet, so now our weapons are covered in blood. Oh, fuck.
Mine isn't. Mine isn't.
Well, one of yours isn't.
Not true. Welcome back.
So I'm gonna apologize right now if I sound like horseshit, but for some reason Discord has decided it's not gonna let me connect now. Don't know why.
Fun.
So I'm on my phone right now.
It's fine. You sound okay.
Yeah, you're coming in clear enough.
Okay.
But yeah, so you have been ordered to drop your weapons. What does Grenache choose to do? Everyone else so far has, aside from Lily, who has concealed the hilt of Protodor's light and dropped everything else.
To maintain appearances, you know.
I'll assume there's a place to set temper down into the ground here.
Well, you can always just flip the spear point around, stab it down.
Yeah, that's what I'll choose to do then.
And what about that weapons locker you carry on your back?
Weapons locker?
I mean, like all of the different various weapons you have or had at some point.
I mean, a lot of them have been discarded since, and the only one. Okay, two things I got. The knife and the dart, they're stowed in the backpack somewhere. They're not going to be visible. They're not going to be within use or reach.
All right. Well, after you visibly surrender, the guards here raise their clubs and start wielding them.
They're just attacking us.
Yeah, like, welcome to police brutality.
Bobbin, I play
Alright.
games to get away from real life.
I mean, that's not going to work out very well for them. But alright.
Yeah.
So just the question here is, are you going to stand here and take it, or are you going to grab your weapons back and fight them off?
Well, I guess sort of like how...
They've already raised the alarm, so there will be more on the way.
Hey, Bobbin, interesting note. Eldritch Blast does not require a fucking material component, therefore I don't need a spellcasting focus in order to cast it.
Yeah, just hold on.
Remember that thing we were told?
Yeah, that's the thing. I
True.
mean, if that's why I'm trying to get a sense of like, are they just like sort of roughing us up, or are they like trying to kill us?
Oh no, they are roughing you up.
Oh, well, in that case.
They are enjoying their jobs too much.
Okay, in that case, I guess we can just take it.
Yeah, whatever.
Really putting a lot of faith in this mysterious note, but
Look, the handwriting was immaculate.
that's true, it was.
It was immaculate, yes.
Alright, so, yeah, after you are roughed up a bit, you have your hands tied behind your backs, and you are, all of your equipment is pulled off of your body and held by some of the guards who have shown up. And you are dragged back up to the top of Bedlam, to the largest and in best condition building in the entire town, the prison.
Fucking figures.
The cube.
This cube is clearly past the red level.
Maximum security cube.
All right, and you are placed in one of the high security cells at the top of the building. You discover that it has 5 full floors.
Oh, this building actually makes sense that it's 5 floors tall, though.
And you are...
The
Oh
mirror
no,
image
it's still
the
full of
orphanarium.
orphans.
They arrest the orphans as opposed to saving them.
They create the orphans.
Ah, okay.
Oh damn, that's dark.
So yes, each of you are separated and taken to a different cell on the 5th floor. There is a significant number of what you surmise to be surprisingly well-trained guards. Like, nothing you couldn't handle at this point, but like if you were starting out adventurers, they would easily pummel your face in. So they exude an aura of competence that you don't often see in low-level guards.
Huh.
I'm just thinking if I want to taunt one with like, hey buddy, you want to see what it's like to have all the juices squeezed out of your body? Because guess what? Blight also does not have material components. I'm just going through all the stuff I don't need my staff for. At this point.
Well, yeah. The building is kept in good condition, but at the same time, it's also full of cracked stoneworks. The humidity seeps in through the stone day and night, and of course, the howling that comes out of the gate is not stopped at all by any of the barred windows. And after getting processed through the system, you discover that the group that has arrested you is called the Serex. And based on how they're talking, it sounds like they have some competition elsewhere in the city.
Does this city have multiple police forces?
Yes.
And we're not even in hell yet.
Yeah, imagine what lawful evil is gonna be like.
Actually, Lawful Evil will probably only have one police force.
That's true.
Yeah.
They would probably only have one. It would just be really bad.
Yeah. All right. So, if you don't start anything, then nothing will happen until the next morning.
Yeah, I want to see how this plays out.
Sure.
Yeah.
Also, I mean, I've never been to prison before. It's kind of neat.
I mean, that's one word for it.
Look, not all of us grew up criminals, okay?
I never said I went to jail either. I'm just saying I wouldn't describe it as neat.
You need to be a little more open-minded.
Well, the next morning, the prison guards announced that the time for your trial and sentencing has already arrived.
Trial and sentencing all in one.
Cool.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. We like efficiency here, you see?
Hey, question. How likely is it we're gonna get said... Let me try that again. Hey, question. How likely is it that we're gonna be found innocent of all charges? That's what I thought.
And before you go to prison, you are told to put on some very heavy shackles that cover both your arms and your legs. Tie them together. The sort of 4-point shackles you sometimes see.
Mm-hmm.
And you are paraded out onto the street in order to travel a few doors down to the Courthouse of the Damned.
Oh, look at that. It's even marked.
Which is its official title, in fact.
Fancy.
Man, they really just don't even try to hide it, do they?
No, why would they?
And instead of being made out of brilliant white marble or limestone, it's black marble.
I mean, I think the weirdest thing is that they actually have a law against murdering people. That's like the thing that's confusing me the most, honestly.
Well, you're not in Pandemonium yet.
That's true.
Alright, so you are brought in through the back door for prisoners, pulled through several passageways, and finally brought in to the main courthouse, there before the judge. And as a matter of fact, that love of efficiency is in full view as you enter the chamber, because right there in the center of a dirt-filled pit with the galleries on all sides full of cheering bedlamites is the last prisoner whose head is coming clean off with a nice, swift swing of an axe. And at the center of the dirt-filled pit is a giant sort of pedestal. the bench on which the judge sits. And the judge is a decaton.
Oh!
What?
Okay. I mean,
Yeah,
that
they
makes...
love efficiency.
Yeah, well, it also makes sense. They're beings of pure law. They would be the best judge in a
would
world
they be
where
the eye?
nothing is lawful.
I guess, but why would these non-lawful people follow a modron?
Well,
Questions for later.
perhaps you'll find out the answers in due time.
Yes, I suppose. I'm just saying it's odd.
It is. You're right. So, as the body is dragged off, and as you are dragged forward to be presented before the judge, the crowd actually seems to start cheering. Like, this is what they've been looking forward to.
Oh, they just actually hated that guy. They're gonna give us like so much rewards for killing him. That's great.
Well, based on the mood of the crowd, they're not here looking for providing rewards.
Yeah, I know. I'm making a bad joke.
Yeah. They're here for blood.
Delicious. And if they want blood, they could just lick my boots.
And once they're in position, the bailiff steps forward, pulls out, opens up a scroll and says, "Those who stand before you, your honor, mighty Tricticalus, are accused of the heinous art murders of Zamatrax the Githzerai, an artist from here in town, Vodiax the Magnified, a barrier seeking enlightenment near Gatemouth, and Toriel the Dark, an Asimar fallen on hard times. Each of them have been artfully slaughtered, their organs carefully removed, and enchanted to describe the various ways that they were mistreated by their former owners. We have evidence. We have eyewitnesses to each of these crimes, all of whom are willing to testify against the accused. We have evidence linking the accused to each crime, and in short, we believe this to be a closed case. Although the trial has barely begun, if convicted, the Pearsons stand to suffer the same tortures they inflicted on their victims. How do you plead?
Well, I like my organs on my inside, so I plead not guilty.
I plead go fuck yourself. Fucking
Sorry,
kangaroo
who are the
court
people
bullshit.
we're accused of killing again? I've never heard of any of them, so
Yeah,
I
like
just want to be clear on this.
we just got here.
Clearly a lie made by people who desperately want to keep their heads. Don't worry, our witnesses will set you straight. Isn't that right, Callus? I keep this damn name.
Tricticalus.
Can you spell it?
Tricticalus. Tricticalus. It's just hard to read.
Trictaculus.
Huh. Weird.
Trictacalus.
And for his part, the modron
Tricky boy.
on the judge's bench says, "Very well. Proceed with the trial, Begin by summoning the witnesses. And so, just to get through this quickly, it becomes apparent from the very first person who steps forward that they are making up whatever shit they want.
All right.
And they are accusing you of having been in town for the last several weeks. They are saying that you stalked each of the victims in groups and singly for several days before each murder. And as the trial continues, the eyewitnesses come up with even less logical and less plausible explanations of just what sort of grudges you had against the victims. And at one point, several audience members start raising their hands and shouting, "Ooh, me! I want to testify! I want to testify!"
All right. Do we get the opportunity to cross-examine?
They don't leave you any openings, but if you shout out an objection, they will shout out a response. And
All right.
And that response is overruled.
No, they just lie completely and make up even grander fabrications, or just shut you down completely by saying, "Well, obviously that's not true anyway." And
Right, but it's all about the performance in that case. You know, the point is not to, get them to admit that they're lying. The point is to make them look bad. I'm just arguing that I should be able to roll performance.
all right. So you are able to effectively play the role of the put upon defendant, but the audience is just enjoying the show, and they're out for blood, and nothing you do is going to change that fact. Like, you have taken on the role, whether you liked it or not, of the ones who will be the victims today. And even if you try and deflect some of that to someone else, all that's going to do is get a trial ready for tomorrow.
Fair enough.
And really the curious thing about this sham of a trial is that the judge is taking everybody completely seriously. All of the completely obvious bullshit that is being spewed out of the mouths of everyone present, Triticalus is just nodding his head sagely, writing careful notes. Does not seem surprised, does not question whether or not something is physically possible, just accepts that this is a trial. These are witnesses. They have sworn to tell the truth, so of course, logically, they are telling the truth.
But what about when they contradict each other?
Then clearly there was some... then clearly they saw different sides of an event.
Fair enough. Are we going to get the chance to testify?
No.
Yeah, I figured as
Oh,
much.
well, that's bullshit. Place needs a new constitution.
Well, in the meantime, can I see if there's any way to break out of these shackles?
I mean, it's trivial for me to get out of the shackles, but...
I will have you roll acrobatics with disadvantage.
Okay.
You will not be getting through the locks, but you
That is incorrect. That is a 21.
could potentially slip out of slip your hands out of the manacles.
That's all I need. All I need are my hands, really.
All right,
Oh, yeah.
but
That's a 21.
But I mean, there's no point doing that yet.
yeah,
You might
probably
as well
not.
see things through.
Yeah, I'm assuming that you're testing this and not just doing it in front of literally everyone.
No, God, no. This is prep work. This is... Fuck, no, that's stupid. That's about keeping up appearances.
So eventually the prosecution rests. The bailiff says, "So do the defendants have anything to say in their own defense?" No? Well
yes.
then,
Well,
Judge,
yes.
it's up to...
Excuse me, Judge, I believe I said yes to the question.
Yeah, but I already said no, so logically...
Yeah, but you're an asshole, so nobody gives a shit.
Actually, I already said yes before you said no.
This is true. She did say yes before you said no.
Judge,
Also,
I'd like to
you're a
declare a
dick.
mistrial.
I have analyzed the rules of justice of this system, and a mistrial is not an available result. It is apparent to this observing unit that this case has already been proven to the court's satisfaction. Take the prisoners and lock them away until sundown this evening, when they shall be executed in front of the prison in accordance with all of the laws of the city of Bedlam. This is right, because it must be.
Yeah, sounds right.
So,
I can't argue with that.
as far as the gallery is concerned, the show's over. So they, with some amount of satisfaction, and you can sort of hear them chatting about which of the witnesses had the best lines. Start heading out, and as the guards come forward to take you back to the prison, at this point the Decaton holds out its hand, or actually its tentacle. Decatons are covered in tentacles, and says, "Guards, halt there. Before returning them to prison, please bring the defendants. Please bring the convicted to my personal chambers. I wish to speak with them for further questions. I wish to speak with them further about their motives."
Mm-hmm.
The guards around you just sort of look at each other in surprise. Apparently, he's never made this request before. But
Our motives were really depraved, so you know.
But they shrug at each other and, point their spears to herd you into the judge's private quarters, which are in a hallway on the other side of the judgment pit.
Oh no. I'm gonna get grilled by the modron.
So what was with the note? I immediately ask as soon as we're alone.
We probably found the one who sent it.
Yes, I know.
Yeah, that's
why I'm asking.
why we're asking.
It is good that you have correctly interpreted it. Your guilt has been determined in the lawful court of the town of Bedlam. The stated punishment for the crimes reported is death.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, the fleshy beings now have three options: death by torture, escape on your own, or a third option. Would you like to pursue the third option?
What
What is the third option?
I mean, I'd like to hear it.
Yeah.
The second option doesn't seem that difficult, but
Yeah, I'm pretty sure like we could get away from these guys.
I mean, I assume there's like a good reason for all this. Like maybe you need help or something. Because you said you need help with the note.
Indeed. The third option is to escort me out of Bedlam and into Pandemonium. The march has recently passed through the city. I wish to rejoin it.
Yeah, like, why are you here?
Yeah, okay.
In the like, I mean, yes, obviously, we're gonna go ahead and do that. But like, why have you been here for so long? If like,
Did he like get lost on a previous march?
Yeah, that's what I'm assuming.
During the previous Modron March, I was a decaton, in charge of a wing of the modrons. However, I was held back in Bedlam because they determined that they would require a unit capable of performing unbiased justice. Therefore, I have been providing Bedlam with unbiased justice.
Have you? I mean,
I have taken notes on the justice system, and he pulls out a book.
can I look at the book?
Yeah, with the invitation of being able to look at it.
Okay. I'm horrified at the possibilities of what I'm about to discover, but I look at the book.
I'm gonna look at the book too because I'm genuinely curious as to what Modron notes look like.
Well, the first several chapters worth of pages are detailed notes about the basics of Bedlam justice system, basically what crimes deserve what sorts of punishments, and a few pages after that it starts going into addendums of specific situations in which crimes warranted harsher punishments or in which wealthy criminals deserve to get off from punishments.
I see.
And it keeps
Are there
going.
any rules of evidence in here? Are there any rules of evidence in here?
Oh yeah, there are also instructions on how to conduct a proper trial, but those also have addendums and notes and exceptions that slowly start eating up the rest of the book.
Right, okay. I don't think this is very good.
Oh no, the notes are incredible, but the reasoning is flawed.
Alright, well, you know what?
And
I don't really care that much.
Towards the end of the book, it stops trying to describe the justice system of Bedlam and starts becoming personal notes that use the singular personal pronoun.
Oh no.
Oh, jeez.
This poor guy can never go home.
Yeah, I assume they'll probably just like kill him or something, but whatever.
Or rehabilitate him.
All I know is we're not keeping him as a pet.
I don't think anyone was suggesting that.
No.
I'm just saying, if we
Considering
can't go
that.
back to the march, we're just leaving it. We're just leaving it to die.
No, I mean, we'll bring him back and they can deal with him. I don't really care what they do, to be honest. This guy seems like a bit of an idiot. But yeah, it'll probably be marginally easier than just escaping on our own. So
We would need our equipment back.
yeah, that's the main reason I think it would be easier, because I'm assuming he has
Yeah.
information or the ability to get us our equipment back. So do you have a plan for
I do.
this third option? Okay, cool.
My plan is to proceed to the gate as quickly as possible and then leave.
That's not a plan. That's a goal.
I mean, it's a plan in the loosest sense of the word.
It's the kind of plan I would come up with, which means it's
It
a
is the
bad
kind of
plan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's your plan to include us in it?
Step one Because step 1 is to overpower the 3 guards that are currently surrounding my judge's chambers. I would not be capable of doing so alone. Therefore, I require help. Therefore, I request that you help me. If you require your equipment, that it is stored within the prison. I can identify the location it is stored at. However, adding the additional time that this will add to the plan, I calculate, will increase the chance of capture by 30%. If you consider this an acceptable modifier, then we shall implement it.
Yeah, well, we really need our equipment will substantially increase our chances of success. So, and also we want it either way. So yeah, it's worth it.
Very well. Then please proceed with step 1.
All right.
All right. I mean, I've been looking forward to this for better part of a day, so.
Okay, so first off, we need to get the shackles off, right?
You look over at Lily, shackles are already off.
Yeah, hi.
Yeah, that tracks.
Is that good enough to get the shackles off, or? I mean, I'm sure Lily can help anyway, so.
It would require a 20.
Fuck, are you kidding me? God damn it.
They're shackles.
Okay, well, I thought I'd try
I
for
know,
a natural
more than
20.
I got 19. It's just annoying.
Pop.
Yeah, I plan on breaking out, but this is fun to watch.
Wait, do skill checks? Wait, skill checks count as ability checks, right?
Skill checks are a kind of ability check.
Yeah, okay. Right, so I can just... Okay, I'll just add a peerless skill to that. So I succeed.
So yeah, as 3 of you throw off your manacles, and as Borum and Lake are still struggling with them,
We'll help.
Tricticalus says, "Oh, so you did not require the key,"
No.
which
I mean,
produces.
I
I'm
do.
gonna fucking yoink that key. That is my key.
No, I need.
No! I can unlock you, it's fine. This key is mine now. It's my key.
My other plan was just to Misty Step out of them, because apparently that's a thing you can do.
Really?
Yeah, well, according to some random people on a forum or whatever who are answering questions, I assume that it's based on one of those, like, random things where the rules guy from whatever tweets about the answer.
Well, I would argue
Oh, yeah,
that
Here we go.
I
Oh,
would
sorry.
argue that could only apply if the manacles are themselves attached to the wall.
I found the actual thing.
But
Anyway,
regardless, that is my personal judgment in that.
Fair enough.
I look at Lily and I go, "Can you please?"
Yeah, no, it's fine. I'm already on it.
Thank you.
Yeah, and you get Lorem as well. And so, yeah, you just burst open the door and deal with 3 guards immediately.
Oh, hey, look, I have Prodador's Light with me. Funny that.
Hey, look at that! I don't need my staff to cast Eldritch Blast. You know, the only spell I usually cast.
I just hit it in the butt cheeks.
What are you on about? I just punch him.
I love the fact that we have a monk who you can't take their weapons away from them. They're attached to their body at all times.
And you just remove their arms. It's very simple.
Yeah, true.
You
but also
disarm the monk.
But then I also got feet.
I believe by Bobbin's rules, I can't cast any of my spells without an instrument.
Well, the instrument is your spell focus, so it's the same rules as the other spellcasters. If it doesn't require a material component, then you can just a cappella it.
Yeah.
Oh, I can cast that without a material component by...
yeah. I had to
yeah.
look that up too, but
A
just
spell focus works as a material component for components that don't cost any money.
Wait, so like in general, I don't need my instrument for something that only has verbal or somatic components?
Yes, that has always been true.
Oh my god, I never realized that.
Yep.
Most of my spells, I don't actually need my instrument. Jesus Christ, okay.
I can still use Sacred Flame, I can still use Guiding Bolt, I can still use my spiritual weapon.
And it's only for things that don't cost anything, too.
Yes.
The only thing I can't use is Spirit Guardians.
So yeah, just for instance, a wizard can wield a wand to cast Fireball without pulling out any sort of bat guano.
So I only actually have 6 spells that I need my instrument for. So
Yeah.
I can just be using my shield way more often than I have been. Holy shit, okay. Wow.
However, that same wizard will still need to get a pearl worth 100 gold pieces from somewhere in order to cast Identify on something.
yeah.
Yeah.
A lot more of mine require a material component, but like Eldritch Blast does not. Blight does not. A bunch of my big damage stuff does not require a material component. So.
Alright, so I believe we can safely say that just between unarmed attacks, a hidden weapon, and a whole bunch of spellcasters, you just maul the hell out of the guards just outside the door.
Probably.
Yeah. And notably, Grenache does not hold back.
Mm-hmm. So, your first destination is, of course, still on this first zone. It's to head back to prison, sneak inside, find your equipment, and re-equip yourselves.
Yep.
Now, the thing is that the guardhouse is still surrounded by Sarex patrols. And as a matter of fact, you see a couple familiar faces. Specifically the two Sarex that you first encountered here, who spotted you next to that bloody corpse.
Hey, buddy. You want to know what it feels like to have all of your blood squeezed out of you?
What the fuck?
And that's when I cast Eldritch Blast, because Blight, I'm not gonna waste Blight on these guys. Are you fucking kidding me?
All right, so you're not going with stealth?
No, I like if we're going with stealth, then if that's what the party wants to do, then yeah, I'll go with stealth. I'm sorry, I was
Funny enough, I want to go with stealth. Fucked up, I know.
I know, right? It's fucking weird that you would want to go stealth. But if the general consensus is stealth, then
Well, it will require a group check.
okay. As incorrect, it's going to be instead a whatever I roll next, unless it happens to be lower than a 4.
I mean, this isn't going to go well because... yeah, it didn't go well.
Why are you rolling a disadvantage? Do you have... Oh, okay, you must have... Do you have the rod back?
Medium armor.
Okay. Oh, medium armor. Okay.
Wait, I thought you took equipment, so does that even count?
Alright, that's for Lorem, and... Oh! That was for the Decaton, who had to roll with disadvantage, because it is made of metal.
Somehow, it just knows how to move without, like, fucking clanking everywhere.
Yeah. Alright, so we got 26, 30, 18... 8, 9... 26, 30... 12... Yeah, the median roll is 12 or 18. Yeah, let's just say that's quite enough.
Okay.
Especially because this is Bedlam, and that constant background wind is still going on that never lets up. It's relatively quiet here, but still. All right, so you get into the prison, and you do have to crack a few more skulls in order to actively get your equipment. But you're able to do so quickly enough while you're inside the building to prevent them from blowing on their whistles and bringing the whole building down on top of you.
Cool.
And by the time you get your equipment and head back outside, you notice that, well, it looks like an alarm has gone up anyway. Because by the sound of things, they've realized that the prisoners and the judge have gone missing. And so all of the Sareks are out looking for them. And you notice that at least one of the other guard organizations is just sort of leaning back, watching with a variety of snarky comments and smirks on their faces. So yeah, multiple police forces that don't get along with each other, it seems.
Well, we don't get along with this particular one, so let's beat it, and if they get in the way, beat them.
Well, you squeeze in past two patrols running in different directions and make your way down into Zone 2, Bleak Shadow. And as you're running down one of the narrower alleyways that leads down to the Black Tower, you come across an old man. This is remarkable because otherwise the alley is fairly deserted. He appears to be... he's wearing clothes that appear to have been expensive at one point in time, but by this point they are tattered rags that just barely cover him and keep him decent. He is currently sitting down on the ground, arms around his knees, rocking back and forth, muttering to himself. But as you get closer, his head snaps up, snaps to attention, looks over at you, stares intently. And it's almost as if there's some sort of fire in his eyes.
Does he start accusing us of what our organs have been doing?
I take fantastic care of my organs, thank you.
Well, the Decaton has quietly slipped behind you guys as the old man stands up. And he looks at you, points at you accusingly, and shouts, "Where is it?
Where's what?
That modron traitor, that killer of innocence. My wind-up toy. I can smell its gears on you. I can taste its oil in the air. It's
Please
somewhere
don't taste the
near.
oil, that's gross.
I know it. And when I
Sorry,
find
who are
it
you
out,
again?
I'll
Some
slag
crazy
it so
hobo.
horribly. Its name will stand with Primus as a truly...
I cast suggestion and I say, just stop talking and let us go.
Alright, let me just check in.
Jesus fucking Christ.
I got tired of his monologue.
I was enjoying it because it was funny.
He shuts up mid-sentence because he didn't stop while you were casting. And then goes back to his spot, sits down, starts hugging his knees and rocking back and forth again.
I hope you have a lovely day.
Let's go.
Okay, moving on.
And just worth noting, though, is that as he was shouting at you, the old man could clearly see the modron behind you. It is fairly big.
Mm-hmm.
So even though it was standing behind you, it was also sort of looming over you from behind.
Fairly big and quite tentacular.
Yeah. And nevertheless, this guy apparently did not see it.
Cool.
All
All right.
So, as we walk, I'm like, he said the modron was a killer of innocence. I say, looking directly at the modron, and I go, were you responsible for all the organ talking?
No, it had to do with the kangaroo court.
No, because it's a judge that sentences innocent people to death,
okay,
as we
fair enough.
literally just saw.
True.
Yeah, as we almost got sentenced to death.
I mean, we did. We
Well, I
literally
mean,
did get
we
sentenced to death.
did
We
get
just
True,
sentenced.
but we
died.
weren't put to the block. It's fine.
Okay.
All of those accused were... all of those sentenced had sufficient proof brought against them within court according to the rules of Bedlam law.
You know what? I could teach you a thing or two about trustworthiness, but this is not the time or place, and you won't need it soon
I mean, no, the point is that Bedlam law is fucked up.
That too.
He's
Yeah.
just fulfilling the law.
But they were taking they were taking advantage of him. I know. But also, they clearly made up the law.
They made up a lot of things in that place.
I mean,
That's what I mean
all
about
law is made up by
trustworthiness.
someone. All right, let's move on.
So, you successfully make it down into Zone 3, where the geography starts to get really weird. The noise coming from the Black Tower is starting to get to you. You've gotten so close to it. And as you round another corner that seems to be sharper than it should be, you encounter a group of 4 people who seem to be in a very ragged, really more of a parody of a guard uniform than an actual guard uniform. And the first one just sort of casually tosses a dagger between his 2 hands and says, "Hey there, cutters. Where do you think you're going with a judge? Don't you think you should put it back where you found it?"
I don't think
Yeah.
that.
That's why we're going
Yeah,
for the
that's
mod-
that's where we're going
If
to the
you-
modrons, actually. So.
If you really want to die, then please feel free to attack.
Yeah, like, dude, we can.
I also have
Take
knives. Mine are better.
All right, well, who here wants to roll intimidation?
Let's see here. I believe Aurelia would probably actually have the. Would Aurelia have the best intimidation? Oh, I'm not proficient in
mean-
it, so never mind.
I would have the best intimidation, yeah. Probably. Unless someone else is actually proficient in it.
I just have a +3. I'm not proficient.
I've only got a +6.
One
Don't
more
you
today.
get advantage because we're all helping you?
Yeah.
Oh, do I? Okay.
Yeah.
My knives are very nice.
There we go.
Alright.
I stole them off a dead man. I killed him.
All right.
Not for the knives. They were side benefit.
All right. I'd like you to put him back, but it ain't worth our lives. Hey, boys, maybe we just let this group pass on, huh?
Yeah, maybe you should.
I mean, you can make a new bad court. You just won't have a modron this time. It's fine.
Just ain't the same without a modron. You can
I
trust a
know.
modron to be objective.
But it means you won't have to look at a modron.
Your
Isn't that an
Are
improvement?
so bad that being objective is possibly worse than not.
Anyway, let's just go. Let's leave these idiots
Okay.
Like
behind.
seriously, if you really want like a better justice system, I can probably like bring you some books or
No,
something.
No,
they
it's
don't want a
fine.
better one.
They just
Look, just have a lovely day.
All right. So on into Zone 4.
We're in a realm of chaos and you expect injustice.
Well, wait, are we in? Isn't this the gate town?
yeah, this is
Yeah.
the gate town.
Yeah. Okay, so it's not a realm of chaos. It's just a
Near chaos.
chaotic-ish realm.
But yeah, as you approach, you are getting very close to the Black Tower now, and this is where it truly gets into like Lovecraftian, non-Euclidean architecture here. Buildings are hanging on buildings are hanging over angles that they should by all rights be falling down already. Taking 3 left turns is not equal to taking a right turn.
Weirdly enough, it's equal to taking a left turn.
Well,
You know,
imagine the
they
thing
say
that I
3
said,
lefts don't
so-
make a right.
Yeah, just imagine that I said the thing that made sense.
Yeah.
And the inhabitants of Bedlam, this close to the tower, also seem to be getting a little less sane. And they're acting less on rational thought and more on group impulses. Because, well, it might also be the result of the Sarax whipping people up, but nevertheless, they seem to have figured out that with the Modron March having just come through town, the Modron might be wanting to join them, and so there's already a raving mob just waiting ahead of you in a relatively open square between buildings.
Oh, wait, I have a thing, I think, that can affect multiple people at once, which is weird for a warlock, but let me see, because I barely ever use it, so I don't know the rules to
Oh,
it.
right.
Give me a second.
Normally you need a free hand to perform somatic components, but I don't because of Warcaster. That's right.
Yeah.
See?
Oh, it's only a 10-foot cube. Okay, never mind. And I can't use it again until I use a short or long rest, so I just can't spam
Wait,
it.
can't we just make everyone invisible?
Can. Yeah.
Wait, can we? Hold on, do we have a group invisibility thing?
Yeah,
Or-
I have regular invisibility, and that can affect 4 people, 3 people, something like that. And then if you cast it at a higher level, you can affect more people.
Yeah, I mean, I only have one casting. I can't cast invisibility at a higher level because I have it through my instrument.
Okay.
You can hit 4 people
Okay, I
with
can.
a 5th level invisibility.
Yeah, I can hit 4 people with my invisibility. I'm pretty sure Lily can cover the rest, or Lorem.
I can
Like-
cover the last one. Like I said, I can cast invisibility once at a normal level.
Yeah, I was
Second
gonna say
level.
I can catch 2 people. I think.
I mean, I can also cast greater invisibility, but unfortunately, that one doesn't scale up.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't last as long either.
Well, that's what I mean.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I can burn a third level spell slot.
If it could scale, I don't know why it can't scale up. It feels weird that it can't scale up.
Because it's already really
Okay.
good.
I guess.
All right, so, yeah, Lorem plus the Decaton means that there are 6 people who need to be invisible.
Yeah, and I
Oh.
can catch 2.
Oh,
If
fair
you-
enough. Okay.
Y'all hadn't been so busy talking over me.
I heard you.
Yeah.
All right, so from 2 people are going to cast 2 spells that will hit all 6. And I will say that the crowd is big enough that moving through it is going to be difficult and get rid of the advantage that invisibility gives you for your stealth roll. However, you can roll acrobatics in order to sneak through either by jumping across rooftops or just by being very dexterous when moving through the crowd in order to regain that advantage.
I'm not even going to bother trying because my acrobatics is garbage.
Okay, so I roll acrobatics, and if I do well enough, then I can have advantage on stealth, which cancels out my disadvantage on stealth. Oh wait, actually, it makes no difference because I have regular stealth either way.
Yeah.
So okay.
Well, it removes the disadvantage, and therefore you regain the advantage that invisibility gives you.
But I also have disadvantage from my armor because medium armor is stupid. I don't.
All right, or you could just fly over their heads.
That's true. Why didn't we just cast fly on everyone?
Well, because they still have ranged weapons, so you would still need invisibility from someone.
I suppose.
I'm just gonna roll stealth at normal because I'm
assuming 29 is enough to get back advantage.
Not like you needed it, but yes.
It's fine.
Fucking okay. I was really angry for a second because Grenash's came up at the same time as mine, so I'm like, how did I get 16?
Yeah, I can cast fly on myself and also on some other people, actually.
All right. The Decaton would probably be a good choice.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm going to cast fly on myself, the Decaton, and Lorem, and I think I can actually do it on one other person, but you guys have already made your checks, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do
and,
that.
And Grenache, that I would say that's high enough, so roll with advantage.
Alrighty.
Good fucking thing.
All right, and let's see here.
So
Well,
do I still make a stealth check even though I'm flying?
Yeah. Your goal is to not hit something in midair.
Fair enough.
Or not drop anything, or not bend at the waist and make a whole bunch of noise. But yes, I also rolled incredibly well for the NPCs this time around, with Lorem getting advantage and a natural 20, and the Decaton getting a nullified advantage, disadvantage, and a 17.
Nice.
So,
oh boy, my back sure hurts from carrying this stealth roll.
I mean, I did well enough for myself, so...
I mean, I did fine.
Yeah. Y'all did well.
Yeah, the basement here is a 17, so the only way to go is up. I think you're good. I think you're good.
Now to roll perception checks for all these NPCs.
Start rattling them off.
Just individually. That's how a shitty DM would do it. So that way he would just eventually roll on a natural 20 and just be like, oh no, they got a natural 20, they see y'all.
So, Zone 5, the tower itself. At this point, you can hear mobs of varying sizes running back and forth, searching for the escapees and the modron judge. But the gate itself into Pandemonium is oddly quiet, and there isn't any sort of big staging area like you've seen in other gate towns, but nevertheless, the inside the tower is this big swirling gate that leads into Pandemonium, and it is at this point that despite the fact that he is invisible, you notice a creeping, shadowy figure emerge out of the corner of one of the corners of the tower and come up to the Decaton and just sort of like lightly pat where its head would be because he's invisible. And without saying a word, the shadowy figure just sort of bows and gestures towards the portal. And you can sense that the Tricalticus, damn it.
Tricky boy.
Tricky
No,
cow.
just tricky boy. It's tricky boy.
Tricky boy.
A tricky dick.
I am not a crook.
Tricky name, that's what. Triticalus, you can just sense, or really hear it clump, clump, clump into the gate. And after it does so, you get a good look at this figure, which, aside from sort of fading into the darkness behind it, you see it has a pair of thin, membranous bat wings, pair of long, curving horns out of its head, a mouth full of teeth that jut out from its lips, and a pair of long hands that end in sharp claws.
Excuse me, who are you?
Those of you with religion or arcana can roll.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
You mean only if we're trained in it?
Yes.
Still can't believe that I'm not trained in either of this.
So let me check something quick.
I wish I could change some of my skills, to be honest.
All right. Lake, oddly enough, is the first one who figures this out. This is a shadow demon. A kind of demon rather famous for lurking in the dark corners of the world and tempting those who would brave such places into committing acts of vileness that would get them sent to the abyss after their death.
Guys, let's not talk to this one. Let's just go.
Excuse me.
No, I said let's not talk to this one.
Why did you pet the modron?
Because he has completed the task I set for him, as have you, my pawns. Well done, by the way. For your part in helping the modron escape, you may leave with your lives. You don't know how helpful you've been.
Okay, but
Are you that Orton
Question.
killer?
why should we let you leave with your life?
Well, if you're not in favor of it, perhaps, I suppose I should make my leave immediately.
Hold on.
And because it is in darkness, it will immediately hide. And it gets, let's see, a +7 to that.
I have no clue what's going on.
I really hope it flubs really super hard. Because
That
I
would
have
be really funny. It's like,
yeah, I have a passive perception of 21. Or no, 22.
Well, that's something. But the other thing it does is go through the floor.
Oh.
That's a bit harder to deal with.
I saw you go through the floor, dude. Let's just go.
well,
Are
I'm
you
sure
guys
that'll never
angry
come
at
up
that
again.
guy?
Yeah, I'm sure that'll never come up again. And
I don't understand what you had against that guy.
I don't really know what he... Is he trying to say he orchestrated the whole thing?
The escape, maybe.
Well, he seemed to be happy that the modron had completed its role.
Okay, I mean, Sure. I don't know. I don't care about this guy. Let's go.
Yeah, it can bite us in the ass later. Whatever.
Yeah.
I just want out of this shithole.
Yeah, this place sucks.
Never come back here again.
No, I think we have to at least once.
No, we don't. It's fine.
Well, not here now. Actually, Chaos is the gate town for Limbo.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, this is for like the place in between.
Oh shit!
Chaotic
Wait,
Evil
Limbo is one of the places we have to go again. Oh,
Yep.
I thought that we also had to. I thought this was the gateway town
No,
to the
this
abyss.
is the place between Chaotic Evil and Chaos.
Yeah, that's what I'm. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. I thought we would have to come back here to get to the abyss as well.
no,
Okay.
No.
the plane this one is next to is between those two.
Oh,
The
okay.
two that we need to
okay,
go
okay,
to.
Okay.
Yeah, and the modrons are taking the long way around for a specific reason. You will not have to when you visit the abyss and Limbo.
Okay.
But that's also why I kept going on about getting practice in Limbo.
Yeah,
But specifically because we'd have to go back.
and as it turns out, Lily is, somewhat surprisingly, the person to talk to about stabilizing chaos.
Yeah, weird that. Regardless, though, we did our job. Fuck this. We're going to Pandemonium.
Yeah. Pandemonium is not a pleasant place to be either,
Oh, there's a reason for that screaming.
but we'll be getting more into that next time.
Oh boy.
So yeah, two adventures
can't
up,
wait.
two adventures down.
Can't wait for us to roll to not go deaf.
So are we gonna try to escort what's his face all the way to the march?
I will say this, by the time you follow him, he's already out of sight.
Cool. Well, bye.
Can't wait for him to get dismantled.
You're welcome, Aurelia shouts.
Definitely getting dismantled.
Yeah, they're gonna kill him when he gets back to the march. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
He's
how they
Actually,
operate.
There's this thing called rogue modrons, where they have been infected by at least a little bit of chaos. They're usually lawful, even so, but if they are found by regular non-rogue modrons, they are immediately killed so that they can be properly replaced back in Mechanus.
Yeah, he developed individuality. He's already fucked.
But in some ways, it might be the result he's looking for anyway.
Yeah, no, it's you know what? Let's not think too hard about that. Instead, we get to go to Pandemonium and possibly go deaf.
Hooray!
Yeah, what's Pandemonium like?
A plain of madness, a great mass of rock riddled with tunnels carved by howling winds. It is cold, noisy, and dark with no natural light. Wind quickly extinguishes non-magical open flames such as torches and campfires. It also makes conversation possible only by yelling, and even then only to a maximum distance of 10 feet. Creatures have
Jesus
disadvantage on any
Christ.
ability check that requires healing.
Wait,
You want to explain what the noise is? Or are you going to wait for next time?
It's just the wind.
So
It's-
bad.
It's an incredibly loud and constant wind.
Also, if you wanted, you could have this interfere with several of my spells.
Yeah. I mean,
Um,
if a creature needs to hear you in order for a spell to work, then that's going to be an issue.
yeah, that's,
Unless they're
that's-
10
Luckily,
feet.
there is no adventure that takes place in Pandemonium, so we're going to be going through it pretty quick.
Oh,
Okay.
that's nice.
All right. Well, good session.
Regardless,
Indeed.
Pandemonium sucks.
Yeah. Well, welcome to the bottom half.
Yeah.
Look, I just-
Yeah.
I look forward to going to Hades, which is where Lily's going to go when she dies.
It's not too late to repent.
Fuck no. I'll just never die. Very simple, actually.
I mean, that's fair. That is my plan too.
I'm a fucking wizard. That's like our shtick.
You're not a wizard.
I'm a wizard.
Are not a wizard, and you will never have access to the high-level spells that you need to
I don't
be able to live forever.
It's fine. I'll figure something out.
clone
I mean,
is fucking hilarious.
I will say, other people who learn those spells, like Aurelia, could do that.
I think clones have actually been powered up for 5th edition too.
Yeah, like clone, you can choose like what time, like you're in your life that you want to be, and like all it requires is like some sort of jar worth like an obscenely cheap amount of gold, considering it's like a 9th level spell or some shit.
A diamond worth at least 1,000 gold, at least 1 cubic inch of flesh of the creature that is to be cloned.
Yeah.
Which the spell consumes, and a vessel worth at least 2,000 gold that has a sealable lid and large enough to hold a medium creature, such as a huge urn, a coffin, mud-filled cyst in the ground, or crystal container filled with salt water.
Yeah, like, so 3,000 gold, like, I take a shit and I make 3,000 gold at level 19, at like level 18 or whatever.
Right, and that's like a one-time cost.
Yeah. So, like, who cares?
The spell grows an inert duplicate of a living medium creature as a safeguard against death. This clone forms inside a sealed vessel and grows to full-size maturity after 120 days. You can also choose to have the clone be a younger version of the same creature. It remains inert and endures indefinitely as long as its vessel remains undisturbed.
Yep.
At any time after the clone matures and the original creature dies, its soul transfers to the clone, provided that the soul is free and willing to return.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, this is fucking stupid.